Good evening and welcome to tonight's candidate forum for the Fayette County contested races for the upcoming primary election. My name is Ronnie Wiley and I will serve as your moderator this evening. Tonight we will hear from the Republican candidates seeking their party's nomination for Fayette County Clerk, Fayette County Recorder, and Fayette County Council Districts 2, 3, and 4. There are either no contested races in the Democrat primary or no candidates listed on the ballot for these local races. Our goal tonight is to give voters a clear opportunity to hear directly from the candidates about their priorities and qualifications. Each candidate will have 1 minute for opening remarks, and then will be given the opportunity to answer 3 questions. Following that, candidates will have 1 minute each for a closing statement. To ensure fairness, candidates were invited under the same conditions and will receive equal speaking time. We will start with candidates for the office of County Clerk. The clerk's office plays an important role in county government, maintaining court records, administering elections, processing filings, and ensuring that important public records are accurately preserved. We are joined by incumbent Don Hughes and challenger Ashley Chambers. Ladies, thank you for joining us this evening. We will begin with opening statements. Each candidate will have 1 minute. Don, you may begin your opening statement.
Awesome, thank you. Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. My name is Don Hughes. I am proud to serve as a Fayette County Clerk. I'm seeking re-election for the continued work that I've started for our community. As a lifelong resident of Fayette County, my husband and I have raised our 3 children with strong roots in the community through involvement of FFA, 4-H, and Spartan athletics. When I took office in 2023, I immediately got to work along with my election board members, Dave Nutty and Janine Eldridge, to move Fayette County forward. One of our first major accomplishments was transitioning to vote centers, something made possible by utilizing poll pads provided by the state. Through that effort, we were able to save the county over $16,000 while improving accessibility for the voters. Also applied for a grant in 2023 and got it in 2024 for election supplies. The amount of that was $11,000 to help with the vote centers and poll workers. I have also signed up voluntarily for the election to be audited through VSTOP, which is Voting Systems Technology Oversight Program. They'll be here later this year to do a general election audit on me, and hopefully it will benefit our county and benefit the election board. In the clerk's office, I have focused on better serving the public by cross-training my staff. No matter why you come in, whether it's marriages, court filings, or general questions, you'll be met by someone ready to able to help. Behind the scenes, our team is working tirelessly to reorganize years of scattered records, moving files from multiple locations, including the jail basement, into more of an organized and accessible system. And we're not stopping there. We are continuing to modernize the office by scanning documents to improve our filing systems to better Fayette County in the future.
Thank you, Don.
Thanks.
All right, Ashley, your opening statement.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Chambers, and I'm running for Fayette County Clerk. My husband and I reside in Columbia Township, where we have chosen to raise our 3 children. I currently serve on the Columbia Township Board, and through that role, I have gained valuable experience serving our community. I bring a background of nursing, administration, and small business management, which has given me a strong organizational skills, attention to detail, and a commitment to serving people. I am running because I care deeply about the future of Fayette County. I believe the clerk's office operates with transparency, efficiency, and accountability while providing respectful, reliable service to every resident. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Our first question focuses on election administration, as the Fayette County Clerk Office plays a role in coordinating and facilitating elections. Don, we'll start with you. What steps would you take to ensure elections in Fayette County remain secure, transparent, and efficiently managed?
Well, first of all, we use Barricklow, and they come and check our balances or our machines and things like that. We continue with the public test that we do, which is Monday the 23rd. We also prioritize with training with microvote, so we know the machines. We have post-check audits as well, and that's why I signed up for the audit with VSTOP, so that they can check and make sure everything we're doing is correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Ashley?
Can I have the question again?
Oh, yes, absolutely. What steps would you take to ensure elections in Fayette County remain secure, transparent, and efficiently managed?
Election integrity is essential to public trust. I would ensure all election laws and procedures are followed carefully work closely. Hold on, sorry. Let me
Oh,
start
you're
over.
fine.
I'm a little nervous. Election integrity is essential to public trust. I would ensure all election laws and procedures are followed carefully. Work closely with trained poll workers and make sure every step of the procedure is transparent and well documented. I would ensure polls would be open for early voting with the maximum hours allowed set forth by the state law. My goal is that every eligible voter has the opportunity to vote and that every vote is handled securely and accurately.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashley.
Sorry
Our
about
next
that.
question concerns, oh, no worries, no worries. Our next question concerns public records. The clerk's office maintains a wide range of court filings and official records that citizens, attorneys, and government offices rely on. How would you improve access to these records while maintaining accuracy, privacy, compliance with Indiana law? Ashley, we'll begin with you this time.
Hold on one second.
Can we repeat it again for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. We're going to repeat that again one more time. How would you improve access to these records while maintaining accuracy, privacy, and compliance with Indiana law?
Efficiency starts with good organization, clear processing, and strong teamwork. I would evaluate current procedures, look for opportunities to streamline services, and use technology where it makes sense, and help the staff serve the public faster and more efficiently. I would provide secure access of the public documents and, make
Okay.
sure the office runs efficiently and professionally for everyone who walks through the door.
All right. Do you need this repeated?
Please.
Yes. How would you improve access to these records while maintaining accuracy, privacy, and compliance with Indiana law?
Well, as of right now, the clerk's office does. We are actually working on files that are been scattered through the courthouse and the jail basement. My staff has been working really hard about making sure it's organized. We follow procedures. We even double check if we need to. We're also got a machine that we're starting to scan documents. And then I had the previous clerk before me had signed up for a company to come in and scan the documents, and we're working on getting those to where they're viable for anyone that can get access to it. Plus, we will still make the money for the county for the copies.
All right. Our final question addresses management of the office itself. The clerk's office must balance efficiency, customer service, and responsible use of taxpayer resources. What improvements or management practices would you implement to ensure the office serves the public effectively, I should say? Don, we'll begin with you this time.
Can you repeat that again
Yes.
for me, please?
I think
That's a long
repeat it. Yeah. What improvements or management practices would you implement to ensure the office serves the public effectively?
Well, I've done a lot of cross-training with my staff, so when you walk in, someone will be able to help you. Not one person just does one thing. We have also double-checked and triple-checked certain things with money coming in, money going out, making sure that everything is what the judge's orders. And so I think right now the office is running officially, but always there's definitely improvement that could be made.
All right. All right. Do you need this repeated, Ashley?
Sure.
Okay. What improvements or management practices would you implement to ensure the office serves the public effectively?
Modernizing the clerk's office means making its services more efficient and accessible while still protecting the accuracy and security. Expanding digital records with the preparation fund and providing online services that make things easier for the residents. It's important to fully utilize the technology we already have by keeping the county clerk's website accurate and up to date. That also includes ensuring information reported to the state, such as elected officials and district updates, is current and reliable. It's just as important to maintain strong in-person service. The goal is to improve efficiency while still providing personal service residents expect from their county government.
Thank you. We now move to closing statements. Each candidate will have 1 minute to speak directly to the voters of Fayette County. Ashley, you may give your closing statement.
At the end of the day, this race is about service. Fayette County deserves a county clerk who is committed to doing the job right, someone who values integrity, transparency, and accountability. I will work hard to ensure elections are secure, records are accurate and accessible, and the clerk's office serves the public efficiently and respectfully. I'm not running for the title. I'm running to serve the community, to listen, and to be the clerk who shows up and puts the people first. I would be honored to earn your support and your vote. As a reminder, early voting starts April 6th and Election Day is May 5th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Don, your closing statement.
We made great progress, but we're not done, and we've just started. I'm excited to keep pushing forward and improve services and deliver for Fayette County every single day. I am honored for your vote, and I hope for your support on May 5th.
Thank you very much. Thank you both candidates for participating in tonight's discussion. I would like to remind viewers that the primary election will be held on Tuesday, May 5th. Early voting begins April 7th. Voters can place their vote at any of the 5 voting centers. These centers are the County Courthouse, Baptist Temple, the Miller Center in Roberts Park, New Heights Christian Church on State Road 44, and the Everton Fire Department. We will be right back with candidates for the office of County Recorder. The Fayette County Recorder's Office is responsible for maintaining the official public record of land and certain legal documents in the county. The office functions as the permanent archive for property-related filings and documents that establish ownership, liens, and legal interest. These are the 2 candidates on the Republican primary ballot: incumbent Lisa Mays Witt and challenger Jane Downard. I'm sorry. It's right there. We will now give each of you a chance to introduce yourselves and provide an opening statement. Lisa, we will start with you.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you to TV3 for hosting this candidate forum. My name is Lisa Mays Witt, and I am proud to call Fayette County my home and to serve as your county recorder. I was born and raised right here in Fayette County, and I have built my life, raised my family, and placed my roots deep in our community. My parents, Gary and Tina Mays, raised me to believe that hard work, honesty, and treating people with respect come first. I have worked hard to improve the office, making processes more efficient and preserving. When I took office in 2023, I didn't see it as a title. I saw it as a responsibility to serve our county with respect, to take care of the records that matter to families for generations, and to make sure that everyone who walks through the recorder's office knows that they are valued. This isn't about politics for me. This is about people. This office does not belong to a politician. It belongs to the people, and I will never forget who I work for. Thank you, and God bless Fayette County and the United States of America.
Thank you. Jane.
That's tough to follow, Lisa. You did a good job. Hi, my name is Jane Downard, and I have been your auditor since 2016. As auditor, I've helped the county be fiscally responsible and ensure that we are compliant with federal and state requirements. I have built working relationships with members of county council, county commissioners, and other departments of the county. Prior to taking office as auditor, I worked over 20 years in the private sector in accounting and management positions. One of the reasons I decided to run for another office is to give the voters a choice. I think the low turnout in primaries, the last two have been 17%, is partly because if there's nobody to vote for, why bother to vote? So one of the reasons I wanted to run for the recorder specifically is I wanted to continue the preservation work that was started by the former recorder, Ruth Nutty. She contracted with DocsPop in 2019 to make records available online to the public, purchased a Bookeye scanner in 2019 and a ScanJet scanner in 2020, and began the digitization of older records using part-time employees paid through the Perpetuation Fund and through Work One. I believe my plan would be to utilize in-house employees rather than contract out services, and I believe by working existing employees, the maximum number of hours allowed, preservation work could be done more efficiently and cost-effectively for the citizens of Fayette County.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our first question will start with Lisa. The recorder's office is responsible for maintaining property records, deeds, mortgages, and other legal documents that citizens depend on. What steps would you take to ensure these records remain accurate, secure, and preserved for future generations?
So actually, Ronnie, we are already working on that. As Jane had said, the former recorder had the deeds and stuff back to like the mid-90s. And so she had purchased a Bookeye scanner, and we have used that scanner to scan in the plats and do all of the military records. Those are all completely done. We are working on miscellaneous records right now. All that work has been done in-house, and doing that in-house has allowed us to save over $110,000 to the Records Perpetuation Fund when you look at what we were going to be charged had we had it done out. The deeds, there's a lot of them, and so in order for us to get that done, we did use U.S. Imaging. That is a company that came in, and they have scanned all of those deeds in, and we're working with them right now so that those will be available. And we've got a few other things that we've got to do, but all of that has come at no cost to taxpayers because the Records Perpetuation is a fund that is built by users who are coming into the recorder's office. So that money goes in, and it's specifically set aside for preservation. Now, after preservation is finished, the idea would be that the recorder's office can completely run without taking any money from County General. So I guess my goal is just to continue that work and finish the mortgages and the oil leases, easements, that kind of thing that we're working on now in the future, so that in years to come, you know, when my grandchildren and great-grandchildren are hopefully proud working citizens of Fayette County, those are available to them as well. So,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you very much. What steps would you take, Jane, to ensure these records remain accurate, secured, and preserved for future generations?
My answer would be basically the same as Lisa's. The recorder is just responsible for making sure that documents are recorded and are available in perpetuity. So I would continue to do the digitization to make those records available on DocsPop to the public and continue to try to preserve all the records. I know the bound books were mentioned. Some of those probably need repaired. There's just some things that could be done, I think, in-house and not outside of, by using an outside contractor. I think we could be more efficient. I know when Lisa is referring to the perpetuation fund, it's not taxpayer dollars, and that is correct, but it is still money that the citizens have paid. You know, I think there was a little meme recently that Jabin did talking about the water rates, and he said whether you call it a tax rate or you call it a service rate, it's still money that people are paying. And so I think it's important to spend that money as wisely as possible.
All right, thank you. Our next question starts with you, Jane. Many counties are expanding digital access to land and document records. What role should technology play in the Fayette County Recorder's Office, and how would you balance improved access with cybersecurity and privacy concerns?
As far as privacy concerns, like Social Security numbers have to be redacted, and so that information is not available to the public anyway. As far as the improved access, I just think continuing to digitize the records, and I'm so sorry. I keep looking at the wrong camera, so
You're okay.
my bad.
Yeah, you're fine.
To continue to get all of the records digitized as quickly as possible, to get everything, even though several things were scanned recently, they're not indexed yet, just to get everything available to the public on DocsPop. I mean, anybody can come in the office at any time and get copies of records, but it would be nice to be able to sit at home or in your office, wherever you are, and be able to access those records. So it would be my goal to, as quickly and efficiently as possible, get those records caught up as far back as we can go.
Thank you. Lisa, again, same question. What role should technology play in the Fayette County Recorder's Office, and how would you balance improved access with cybersecurity and privacy concerns?
Okay. So like Jane said, when recorder fees come in, those are fees that are paid specifically by people who are utilizing the recorder's office. So in the goal is to use those fees to move that office forward. So there is a fee that goes into a fund called ID Security Protection, and that is used actually to do the redaction of social security numbers, stuff like that. The great thing about the recorder's office is the only document that is confidential is the military documents, okay? So we will continue, of course, to do that because that's mandated by law. But also we will continue to index, and I actually went to a training yesterday where AI is being used. That'll be really big in helping us get further quicker. But what we're doing right now, so you're never going to find a military document on DocsPop. Those are confidential. You have to come in for that. All of the plats are indexed, ready. They're out there. You type in what neighborhood you're looking for, it's going to pull it up, okay? Same way with those miscellaneous documents that we're putting in. Those are being, as we're doing them, we're putting them out there. And if you talk to title searchers and abstractors and users of that office, they're going to tell you every day they see new coming in. So we release them as quick as we can, but there's a double process. So it's not just about indexing it, it's about validating it to make sure that you're getting information that is correct and accurate.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. For our final question, we will begin with Lisa. Residents, attorneys, surveyors, and title companies rely on the recorder's office for timely filings and record searches. What improvements would you implement to make the office more efficient and responsive to the public?
So as far as being efficient, we already generally have a turnaround. We work with multiple offices. So like if there's a sales disclosure, it's going to go to the assessor and then the auditor and then over to the recorder. So we all kind of work together to get those out there. You know, sometimes there's issues that maybe we're missing something or the auditor's office is missing something. And so we all, the document comes around and we say, hey, there's a problem here. We need you to fix this before we can take care of it for whichever office is the problem. So we're going to continue to make those phone calls and say, hey, we got a problem here. But also I think it's just about, being there. I mean, like when I came in, I sat down and I said, what do you need from this office? What is going to make this office better for you? And work with them because ultimately they're using the office every day. And so you want to make it as convenient for them because there are people who come in and spend lots of hours in that office, I mean, more sit-down terminals because who wants to stand all day?
Right.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
So staying in touch with your people and I think just understanding what they need from you to make it better for them because that's kind of their office too, in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and then just continue to put those books out on DocsPop and keep things done. I think that's an important thing for the public.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jane, what improvements would you implement to make the office more efficient and responsive to the public?
I think the first thing that I did when I came to the auditor's office was the auditor's office was closed from 12 to 1 for lunch. And having come from other offices and the frustration of you try to go on your lunch break to get work done and someplace else is closed. And so you either have to take off work or whatever. The first thing that I would do is try to keep the office open throughout the lunch hour to make it. And that way, if you had searchers in there doing searches, they wouldn't have to leave and come back. Or if you had someone that's on their lunch hour that's trying to stop by the courthouse really quick to get a copy of a document or record a document, that office would be open for that extra time and be available to them. Any other changes would be, or improvements would be similar to what Lisa said, just continue to get as many documents as possible available online and serve the people as best we can.
All right. Thank you very much. As a reminder, the primary election will be held on Tuesday. Yeah. Go up just a little bit more, Justin. There you go. As a reminder, the primary election will be held on Tuesday, May 5th. We'll be right back with candidates for the office of
Closing statement.
closing statement. Sorry, I don't know where I'm reading. Sorry, it's my fault. Closing
We are
statements. You
getting
guys are doing
shorted.
it. Go ahead, Lisa, with your closing statement.
Okay. So when you go to cast your vote, whether it be at the by absentee or on May 5th, I'm humbly asking for you to look at the results that have been done, look at the work that I have done, and the improvements that have been made, and the commitment to do the job right. I've worked hard to serve both responsibly and respectfully every day, and I'm ready to keep that work going for the people. I do not take this responsibility that you have given me lightly. I will continue to work hard, listen, and always put people first. I'll be grateful for your support and vote this upcoming election. And I just want to say, Jane talked about lunch. I'm that person that if they're knocking on the door at lunchtime to record something, I'm going to take them. I've always been that way. I was that way in the clerk's office. I think it's just that way of letting people know we're here for you. We're here to work for you. So I would be honored to be able to work for people for another 4 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much. Now let's go to your closing statement, Jane.
I just want to say I am not running for recorder because I need another job to retire. I already have the combination of age and years of service to start drawing my perf. I am not running for recorder because it pays so well. I actually made more money in 2012 working for an accounting firm than what I have ever made at the county. I am running for recorder because I've enjoyed serving the citizens of Fayette County and would like to continue to serve the citizens of Fayette County. There's a lot of campaign buzzwords in use right now, and I'm not going to use them. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to serve you with honesty and integrity because that should be a given, and I feel like my record speaks for itself. As far as transparency, the auditor has the responsibility of uploading financial, payroll, and property tax data into Gateway and provides transparency to citizens. I would continue to provide that same transparency in the recorder's office. As far as my work is fact-checked by State Board of Accounts during annual audits and by the Department of Local Government Finance. I would like to invite the public to fact-check my work now and my work in the future. So I believe I have represented the county well as your auditor, and I would appreciate the opportunity to represent you as your recorder. Would appreciate your vote on May the 5th.
Thank you, Jane. As a reminder, the primary election will be held on Tuesday, May 5th. We'll be right back with the candidates for the office of County Council District 2. County Council is the fiscal and legislative body responsible for county finances. In Indiana's county government structure, the council functions as the appropriating authority, meaning it controls property tax levies and allocating those funds. Welcome, Jabin Collins, who is here, and Bob Stewart, unfortunately, could not make it today. So, Jabin, you will have at least 1 minute for an opening statement.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you to Collinsville TV3 for allowing us to be here. My name is Jabin J. Collins. Born and raised here in Fayette County. We reside here with my wife, Ashley, our 2 children, Raymond and Emma. I've served for the last 6 years or 5 years, going on 6, City Council, and I'm looking forward to an opportunity to serve you in District 2.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So our first question is the Indiana Senate Enrolled Act 1 changed the state's property tax system by creating new credits for homeowners, adjusting farmland assessments, and altering local income tax rules. Due to these changes in tax structure, local governments, including Fayette County, will see greatly reduced revenue as well. What are your specific plans to handle the likely budget funding shortfall, and what areas would you consider cuts or restructuring?
First, I want to congratulate the council that's already been in place, and over the course of many years, they've done a lot to reduce extra spending, that kind of thing. We're going to keep up with the same typical things that you would do with trying to do more with less. You have to watch special projects. You have to watch projects currently that are going on that seem to have no end, and be very mindful of the monies that you use already, and make sure that every dollar is actually working and you're getting the most benefit from what you're spending.
Okay, thank you very much. Fayette County's initiated a special edit tax in 2004 to pay for county courthouse renovations. That bond has now been paid. Taking into consideration the likely reduced property tax income due to SEA 1, would you consider eliminating the special county edit tax?
Yes, in short. That said, it's not as simple as that. You have to look at what other impacts are we going to have and what services are at risk and make a judgment from there. But I'm not in favor of raising anybody's taxes. I'm in favor of reducing wherever we can. But we also have to sit down, have a very mature conversation about it, and decide the future from there.
Thank you. Many rural counties are looking for ways to encourage economic growth while protecting their community character. What will you do to support economic development and strengthen the local tax base in Fayette County?
One, again, we have to go back to square one with a few things and simply make sure that the monies that we do have, we're using them in the right places, and we're not spending on things that have no return for the tax base. We also have to, again, watch these potential projects. We don't want to do anything to develop too fast, because when you're talking about AV growth and AV growth goes up, your property improves, you end up paying more taxes. We have to watch every decision that you make. There's a domino effect of how it affects those that currently live here. So there needs to be a lot of caution as we move through the next couple of years.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So since you're the only candidate here at this forum, unfortunately, again, Bob could not make this, it's now time for your closing statement.
Thank you. In short, I'm just me. I'm a husband, father. My family lives throughout Fayette County, and I understand that decisions that any elected official makes has a residual effect on those that live here. And I want you to be assured that every decision I make, I worry and I'm concerned about how it may affect those that live in our community. Most of us live paycheck to paycheck, and we need to make sure that we approach things with caution, and be very careful on how we use your money. We have to listen to you. We have to communicate with you, and I hope and appreciate your vote come May 5th.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to remind viewers that the primary election will be held on Tuesday, May 5th. Early voting begins April 7th. Voters can place their vote at any of the 5 voting centers. These centers are the County Courthouse, Baptist Temple, the Miller Center in Roberts Park, New Heights Christian Church on State Road 44, and the Everton Fire Department. We'll be right back with candidates for County Council District 3. As a reminder, the County Council is the fiscal and legislative body responsible for county finances. In Indiana's county government structure, the council functions as the appropriating authority, meaning it controls property tax levies and allocating those funds. Welcome, gentlemen, and thank you for joining us this evening. Council candidates for District 3 include Tim Barricklow and Jerry May. You'll each have 1 minute for an opening statement. We'll start with you, Tim.
I was born and raised in Fayette County, grew up at the Mary Gray Bird Sanctuary. I've lived in Fayette County all my life. Went to Connersville High School, graduated in '86, and went to Hanover College and graduated in '90. Taught Connersville Middle School for 8 years, and then finished my career at Franklin County High School. I've been on boards for Indiana Audubon Society, Cambridge City Christian Church, The Haven, Calvary Baptist Church, and my local fraternity. When I was in college, I was on that board. So that's my experience on boards, and I would just like to serve Fayette County. It's my home. I've got the time now, and I just would like to give back to the community if that's what the community desires or deems necessary or wanted.
All right. Thank you very much. Jerry.
I, like Tim, was born in Fayette County as well. I was born actually in the hospital up here, and lived here all of my life. He and I pretty much grew up together. I mean, or sort of. We grew up as neighbors. He was Bird Sanctuary. I live on County Road 300 South, just off of where Stony Lodge Lake is. And went to high school here, went all the way through school, started in Orange, and worked at Rotafel several years, and did the Fayette County Co-op, and hauled fertilizer over a lot of farm ground here in Fayette County, Wayne County, Franklin County. And I also have retired and from driving a truck, and worked at Visteon and a truck driver up there as well. And I too would like to give back to the community, so the community desires, and would just like to be able to repay some of the things that have been given to me so far. So, thank you.
All right, thank you, Jerry. Indiana Senate enrolled Act 1 changed the state's property tax system by creating new credits for homeowners, adjusting farmland assessments, and altering local income tax rules. Due to these changes in tax structure, local governments, including Fayette County, will see greatly reduced revenue as well. What are your specific plans to handle the likely budget funding shortfall, and what areas would you consider cuts or restructuring? Jerry, we'll start with you.
There's lots of questions that need to be answered, lots of what ifs, where has, and why. and I would like to get involved with that and hopefully come up with some ideas. You know, I've farmed all of my life too, and been in a lot of different businesses, and you know, I've learned how to manage money and get by with what we have. You know, I tell people, you know, in growing up, Mom and Dad made sure we had everything we needed and a few things that we wanted. And so, you know, I just feel like there's some things that could be done to somewhere. I don't know the answers, but I want to look for them.
All right, Chair, thank you very much. Same question to you, Tim. What are your specific plans to handle the likely budget funding shortfall, and what areas would you consider cuts or restructuring?
Well, I'd like to have an answer, but I'm like Jerry. I don't know that we have an answer. The basic thing is it's going to take a long time for any change that gets made to take effect and for us to see it. So even if we get in our position and we make a change, we may not see the effects of that for 3 or 4 or 5 years. For those of us that pay property taxes, we know that we're paying property taxes next year on things that we were assessed for a year ago, and the turnaround is ridiculously slow. I think the shortest thing is just like our energy consumption of our houses and our pocketbooks ourselves, is we need to do the same with less. And I know we've been doing that. We've been trying to do that, and we're running out of fingers to put in the dike. But I think a lot of it's going to happen by people not being selfish and start volunteering their own time and be willing to do stuff without monetary compensation. And that either that's the elected officials or it's just the community members themselves. It takes a village to run a county. It takes a lot of people, and it takes people doing things. Sometimes just because it's the right thing to do, not because you're going to get something out of it for doing it.
Right.
But as far as the budget shortfall, we don't have industry. That's going to take time to get industry. If we got industry in here tomorrow, we wouldn't see any benefit tax-wise for at least 2 years. And so we just got to weather the storm.
Thank you. Our next question starts with you, Tim. Fayette County initiated a special edit income tax in 2004 to pay for the county courthouse renovations. That bond has now been paid. Taking into consideration the likely reduced property tax income due to SEA 1, would you consider eliminating the special county edit tax?
Well, it's tough pill to swallow, but number one, we're used to swallowing it. In that case, I mean, we've been paying this tax for a while. To go backwards on income is probably not an option for us. I would like to explore other places that we can get income from, other taxes without getting into to income tax. But at this point, we don't have industry. Most of our industry is from another county. So if we don't get tax revenue from income tax, we're going to have some type of use tax of some kind that we garner, people that go through our county or people that come to our county, and at that point it's going to be a limited amount of money. So I don't necessarily see the edit tax going away anytime soon.
All right, thank you. Again, same question to you, Jerry. Taking into consideration the likely reduced property tax income due to SEA 1, would you consider eliminating the special county edit tax?
I got to agree with Tim. I don't see how we can. I would like to say yes. Oh, yes, I would like to say yes, but I'd be lying. I mean, it's like your income. If you shorten your income, then you've got to shorten everything else you do, vacations or whatever you're going to do. I mean, if you do away with the tax, then what are you going to do away with? What are you going to eliminate doing? You're not going to pay the sheriff. You're not going. Who are you not going to pay? I don't want to see us have to raise anything, but as far as doing away with it, at the moment, with what I know, and that's another thing, getting involved, we're going to learn. Whichever one of us makes it, we're going to learn. We're going to learn what we could do, but at the moment, I'm not going to lie. I don't see how we could do away with it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Many rural counties are looking for ways to encourage economic growth while protecting their community character. What will you do to support economic development and strengthen the local tax base in Fayette County? We'll start with you, Jerry.
That would be a tough one. Tim pointed out, where do you go for money? Where do you come up with more money? Do you trim things back to get by with what you have? We need to find some way to encourage industry or something that will generate income here in the county. I mean, we're all pretty strapped. I don't like that. I don't like taxing anything. So we need to recruit options. We need to recruit business. We need to recruit something that will generate income. Well, I'll be honest, I don't know for sure what we would do, but we need to find a source of income. And, we need to be willing to encourage different things to come here. And encourage them is not putting limitations on them and not putting restrictions on them. It's welcoming them to the community. You've got to encourage somebody to come here.
Right. Thank you, Jerry. Same question. What will you do to support economic development and strengthen the local tax base in Fayette County?
Well, I've been driving a lot the last couple of years, and I'm going through a lot of small towns, and I always hear that we can't get industry here because we don't have an interstate. We're too far off the interstate. Winchester's not close to an interstate. Lynn is not close to an interstate, and I go through those areas in the 5-state area, and it's amazing what kind of industry doesn't care if you have an interstate or not. Now, I don't know who we talk to get them here, but I definitely feel like we could get industry here. We obviously have a workforce, but in the short term, we kind of take a Trump-type philosophy of we protect our own. A guy by the name of Mark Denzler years ago told me that if you were going to buy beef, if you're going to buy pork, go down and buy it from Jerry. Don't go buy it from somebody else. Buy it from Jerry. And then once you buy it from Jerry, then you take it to the local butcher shop and you have them do it. And in the short term, we need to take that sort of a Fayette County approach of making sure our dollars stay in Fayette County, and we're going to businesses that are in Fayette County who are paying people that live in Fayette County. And then we're not only making money by employing those people, but we're also getting money from the edit tax from those people that are employed in the Fayette County. And I think in the short term, and it's not the final answer, we just need to we need to go to businesses that are local, give them our business, and encourage spending locally for things that we need. Now, conversely, folks that own those businesses, you've got to play ball and give us a price that's competitive, because in our current economic situation, Richmond's not that far away. Greensburg's not that far away. Shelbyville's not that far away. We're already going to those towns anyway to work, so we're going to buy our things there if it's not a competitive price. So we need a competitive price.
Thank you. You now each have an opportunity for a closing statement. Jerry, this time we'll start with you.
I got to support a lot of what Tim just said. I mean, in my case, we have cattle and we farm. I try to buy everything that I can possibly buy from Falmouth Farm Supply. That's here in the county. That's here supporting them and all, and then some things at Tractor Supply. Like Tim said, I don't want to go to Raceville and Race County and buy something. I don't want to go to, honestly, Franklin County. No offense to Franklin County or anybody around, but we've got to support people here locally. It's like the movie theater. I mean, I'm not a big person to go on a movie, but why do I have to Richmond to the movie theater? We've got a beautiful movie theater right here. Let's support it. We got Powell Plumbing here if you need things for your plumbing supply. You got Wells Lumber. You got Wells Variety Store. All this stuff local. We do need to support the local stuff. But in so doing, hopefully that will encourage people to open businesses here. We got good restaurants here in town. Why do we want to go somewhere else? I just would like to look at a lot of things that are going on, look at figures and numbers, and learn. I can't sit here and promise anything without seeing. It's kind of like my checkbook. And when I talk to the wife, about buying this, she says, well, where are we going to get the money? Okay, you got to show where you're going to get the money. that's what we need to do. I think that's what needs to be done here in Fayette County and Connersville. So I would appreciate everybody's support, and no offense to Tim. I think Tim would do a good job as well. So just appreciate your votes.
Thank you, Chair. Tim?
Yeah, I think maybe you folks watching have realized that Jerry and I really aren't that much different. Honestly, I'll be honest, I'm not going to be hurt if I don't win. Like our opening statements, we said that we wanted to be part of the solution. Jerry's just as good as me. I'm just as good as Jerry. We want to be part of the solution. We've been in the back. We've been doing life up to this point, and we're now at the age that we're able to have. We have the time. We have the experiences of life, and we would like to be some different brains in the room coming up with some ideas. And we have different circles than the people that have been in, we sit back in the room and we start talking about the names, and for years the names of county offices didn't change. They went to a different room, but it was the same names. And you don't get a whole lot of different results on the team record when the coaching staff stays the same. If there's going to be a change, we need a change. And so I just want to reiterate that we don't necessarily know all the details of what council does. We don't necessarily have answers for what taxes we would like to erase and what bonds are not acceptable to keep, etc. But what we will do is we're gonna fight for the people of District 3,
Absolutely.
Columbia, Glenwood, Orange, and Connersville Township. We're gonna fight for them because it's our money. It's all our money. This is our home. We want our home to continue to thrive and be an option for people in the future. Like I said, I've been a lot of places, and I came back to Connersville from college, and I realized sitting in the dorm room talking with people from different states, different towns all around Indiana, they had the same problems we did. They just had different names. The people had different names, but the problems were the same. So we just need to figure out how our problems are going to be solved by our people by looking at how some of these other places have solved some of their problems.
Absolutely.
And we both want to be a part of that. And there's no animosity whatsoever between the two of us. We just want a solution. We want to be part of that solution. And if it's not here in this position, I see both of us going somewhere else and trying to be a solution in another position.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you very much to both candidates for participating tonight. Again, I'd like to remind the viewers that the primary election will be held on Tuesday, May 5th. Early voting begins April 7th. We will be right back with candidates for County Council District 4. As a reminder, the County Council is the fiscal and legislative body responsible for county finances. In Indiana's county government structure, the council functions as the appropriating authority, meaning it controls property tax levies and allocating those funds. I'd like to thank Gary Keener Jr. for making it today, and Jim Wulff could not make it here this evening. Again, Gary, we'll start with an opening statement for you. You have 1 minute.
All right, thank you. Hi, I'm Gary Keener Jr. I live in District 4. I was adopted into District 4 about 28 years ago by my neighbors. I'm the newcomer, actually. I have surrounding neighbors that have actually been there over 100 years. I'm married to my lovely wife, Molly, and we have two wonderful children, Megara and Garrett, who is finishing his second year in law school at IU. And I have one beautiful 6-year-old granddaughter. That's in my entire life. So I can almost sum up my life with just with my granddaughter. But I'm thrilled to be here. I've sat at the conference table of some of the largest industry leaders in the world, like General Motors and Ford and Chrysler. And I've literally cut my teeth at the negotiating table. And I feel like that's what's brought me to this point of being able to serve our county.
Thank you, Gary. All right, first question. Indiana Senate enrolled Act 1 changed the state's property tax system by creating new credits for homeowners, adjusting farmland assessments, and altering local income tax rules. Due to the changes in tax structure, local governments, including Fayette County, will see greatly reduced revenue as a result. What are your specific plans to handle the likely budget funding shortfall, and what areas would you consider cuts or restructuring?
Well, the SB1 is, there's new credits, which the credits are kind of misleading. When I used to play pinball at the Downard store, and we would get credits, and credits were something that we would get. Actually, a credit is money that you don't get when it comes to the tax structure. So it's a shift. We have the cash on hand to get through it. We'll have to tighten our belt. The new SB1 kicks in 2029. And trust me, from running a business here locally for the past 42 years, I'm no stranger to a tight belt. So I think that we will get through it. I've read through the budgets. I see what the shortfalls are going to be in the next 2 years, and we will be okay with a tight belt up to 2029.
Thank you very much. Second question, Fayette County initiated a special edit income tax in 2004 to pay for the county courthouse renovations. That bond has now been paid. Taking into consideration the likely reduced property tax income due to SEA 1, would you consider eliminating the special county edit tax?
Well, the county edit tax is going to go away anyway, and that's our main stream of revenue. It's going to be replaced by a stacked four-tier system in 2029. That's part of the SB1 bill. I studied the SB9 bill in detail, and to be quite frank with you, it is very, very comprehensive, and there's a lot that's in there that I still need yet to learn, but we will be, again, through that, if we, the next 20, or up to 2029, we're going to have to tighten our belts.
Okay, thank you. Many rural counties are looking for ways to encourage economic growth while protecting their community character. What will you do to support economic development and strengthen the local tax base here in Fayette County?
Well, I don't think I would be a stranger to any economic development. I've worked with our industries, and I've been in industry for my entire life. I've been in the manufacturing business, and so while I sit at my office and we have such a history here in Fayette County. And I listen to the hum of those blowers going on at Roots, and I listen to the trucks backing into Stant over there, and the press is running at Fayette Tool and et cetera. And our economic development is key to getting us through, not only in our budgets, but we must invite and be conducive to these industries that are looking for a place to land, that we have a structure here in Fayette County that is conducive for them to look for us for a site.
All right. Now it's time for your closing statement, Gary. It's time. You got 1 minute for a closing statement.
Okay, thank you. So my goal is, I'm running for District 4 County Council, and I've read the budget, I've looked over the budget, and the budget is a limited, finite amount of money that comes in. We have to work within that budget. I get it. That budget, however, is based on our census, and it's based on our taxpayers and our tax rate. How can we generate more income, or how do we cut? Listen, we need more industry, and we need to what happens when we have a county council that delivers less than a quality budget or product? Our customers, which are the taxpayers, they'll go elsewhere. So if we're not delivering a budget conducive, then our population shrinks. Our infrastructure cost stays the same. We have an increased burden on the taxpayers who remain. Let's deliver a quality product in council that not only benefits our local citizens, but is attractive to industry. So let it be so obvious that we're a well-oiled, well-budgeted, and efficient government in Fayette County, so obvious that site selection committees for new businesses will have us at the top of their list. That's what we're after. And there's a lot of businesses out there that are looking for that type. We need to be able to establish incubator programs, spec buildings, available land. If I was to go to one of my customers right now and say, I would like to see you move into Fayette County, we don't have a building or a spec or a land that we can put them on. And we need to make our resources available to the economic. It's very important that we can hire the best of the best, that we can talk the talk and walk the walk with these industry leaders and make them want to come to Fayette County, and we can do it. We have a beautiful history. We've had a long history all the way back to E.L. Cord and some of the most beautiful vehicles built in the world right here in Fayette County. And I am excited, absolutely thrilled, and I can't wait to get to work on the first day.
All right, Garrett, appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating, everyone. I'd like to remind the viewers that the primary election will be held Tuesday, May 5th. Early voting begins April 7th. Voters can place their votes at any of the 5 voting centers. Those centers are the County Courthouse, Baptist Temple, the Miller Center in Roberts Park, New Heights Christian Church on State Road 44, and at the Everton Fire Department. We would like to again thank all the candidates for attending this evening, and we will see you at the poll. From TV3, I'm Ronnie Wiley. Good night, everyone.